Hey folks, namaste. It's Ralph Flanagan here. I've never been one for hallucinogenic drugs. In my life I've dabbled a little bit with the odd stimulant, cannabis mainly, but even that was just a phase in my younger years. These days I tend to stick more to alcohol, be a bit more conservative in terms of my drug use. But a couple of weeks back, I decided, you know what? I listened to a lot of Joe Rogan, heard a lot about Terence McKenna, been sort of researching this whole DMT hype a lot more. So I thought I'd give it a go. It's my first foray into the hallucinogenic world. And let me tell you something, the trip was out of this world. It was... I can't even begin. Well, I will describe it to you. I will begin to describe this trip to you. It's bizarre. I thought it would just be, me sitting in this room, and I would just be in this room, and I would see wild things happening around me. Maybe people's faces changing. But it was like virtual reality. It was like I was wearing one of those VR headsets for the PlayStation 4. It was just bonkers. Right. So the room around me melted away. And instead of me sitting down, it was like I was standing up. And I was moving through this world. And much like this place we're in this evening, along a seafront. And I was just taking in all of the textures and the breeze and the sounds and the smells. And I remember hearing something in the distance. And it was this group of Antifa protesters. The anti-fascist, far left protest riot group. And what were they protesting? I can't remember quite what they were protesting about. I remember just this cacophony of voices and sounds and snarls. And it was, at that point, it was kind of like a fear for me. Like I was starting to get a little bit overwhelmed by it all and started shaking a little bit, and just, you have those little momentary moments of doubt. Just, you wanted to get out of this trip. But there was this moment of calmness and serenity, and it was amazing. I just, out of nowhere, this pistol, I think it was like a Magnum. No, Desert Eagle, that was it. Just appeared in my hand. I was just firing it into this crowd of Antifa. Just one by one, shooting them. Some of them I got in the head. Some of them got right in the heart, in the chest. There were the odd one or two here and there where I just hit them in the kneecap or hit them in the abdomen. Just cause some pain really to them. Not just killing them straight away. Just these terrible moments of pain for them. And I felt nothing. Nothing. It wasn't like I felt guilt or regret or panic. I didn't fear for my life. I didn't fear that the police were going to come along and arrest me, or it was going to be like a Grand Theft Auto situation where I'm running away from the cops and shooting at them. No, I was just emptying this Desert Eagle clip into this crowd of Antifa. And they were just, screaming, begging for mercy. And I just felt true bliss. True bliss. Like this moment of everything settles into place. If you know what I mean? And I thought, because I've heard DMT is quite a short trip, so I thought at that point, things were going to end, and that was it. I'd had my fun, and I didn't want it to end. And it didn't. It was just, I carried on walking down this street, and the guns started changing. They were just, it was very much like Grand Theft Auto in that sense. The guns would just disappear and then materialise in my hand from nowhere. And I had this, what are they now? The automatic shotguns. It was just as I was walking down the Esplanade, just all these fucking pink-haired SJW feminists screaming in my face, going, yeah, blah, blah, patriarchy, ooh, Donald Trump is bad, love Trump's hate, blah, blah, blah. And I was just bam, bam, like their heads were just exploding in front of me. Like, oh, it was like in the film It, and the balloons would just pop and all the blood would spray everywhere in that library scene, I think. And it was just like that. It was amazing. It was just to see, like, moment where they realise their life has ended, and then just a spray of brains and bone and whatever, plasma everywhere. And then something a little bit weird happened for no apparent reason. There was this Jewish school there, and I remember looking at it thinking, these are the people who are going to be running the world in the media industry in years to come. So I had, for some reason, a fucking rocket launcher appeared out of nowhere, and I just started firing rockets into the school, grenade launchers, just pop, 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 just shrapnel, body parts everywhere. It was just, and once again, I didn't feel anything, just bliss. That's all I can describe a DMT trip as, is bliss. It's like you've truly found yourself and you've discovered your purpose on this planet. I mean, look, tonight the sky is bright red. It's beautiful. Being here at one with nature, at one with the world, knowing that I have a purpose and a cause, and I'm on a right path. I think the whole metaphor behind the DMT trip, sorry, I'm all excited at the moment, so it's a bit, this trip was, the Esplanade was the path in my life, and I was walking on the right path. I'm doing things right. And that's all I can really say. Oh, hang on. Sorry, like, I keep getting, like, flashbacks, like little, like when you have a dream, and when you start recanting it to someone, you suddenly start remembering little things. I remember there was this, it was like one of those Hasidic Jews was just on the floor, like I'd shot him in his kneecap straight through the back there, like, and he was crippled on the floor. He was like, I think he was doing that thing where they rock back and forth and say their prayers, and I just stamped on his neck, and was just, you know, telling him to beg for mercy, like slowly crushing it. And I remember lifting my leg up, and it wasn't so much as a curb stomp, but more of a curb crush. Like, as soon as I stamped on his head, it was like this explosion. Like, it was like a hideous popping sound, which I can only really describe as if you were to tread on a skull. You can imagine what that sound would be like, just like, but with more mush inside it, more stuff, I suppose, like, you know, if you were stepping on a casserole that was in like a ceramic bowl, just, and there was that like moment of the last bit of life escaping from his mouth, like, and that was it. And that's all I can remember, really. It was one hell of an experience. And if I urge you, if you have been one of those people who's always been conservative in their ways of drug use, I urge you to go and take some DMT and just experience this wonderful, incredible journey of self-realization, a true journey of self-discovery. Some people go backpacking across Australia. No, you don't need that to realize who you are. You just need DMT.